Pets on Parade. Now, every week you see our dedicated volunteers talking about our amazing pets who are up for adoption and giving life-saving tips to your pets out there. But today, we want to get to know one of those familiar faces. I think if anyone knows about Pets on Parade and has been watching for a while, we're definitely going to know this guy right here. We're super excited for this interview today. Ski, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, so first we want to say, you're such a huge advocate for animals. Can you talk about all the different things that you've done for AHS and what inspired you to help us, before your POP days?
Certainly. Well, it was about a decade ago now. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
Yes,
for sure.
That's right.
And it was the first time that the Humane Society was on Animal Cops Phoenix, and so I caught an episode and then started binge watching it. And I didn't realize till the end of one of the episodes that you actually had a foster care program. And I said to my friend at the time, that's for me, because I have the history in the animal industry and what I can bring. And the program is just amazing because no matter what you can bring or how you want to sculpt yourself as a volunteer, the resources are there. They'll let you do that. So I just evolved over time in what I did with the Humane Society through the foster program.
That's amazing. Now, can you talk a little bit about, so you said you watched Animal Cops. Was there something specific that really inspired you to be able to sign up and help these animals in that way?
It was seeing that dog in foster care on that particular episode, because that animal was so emaciated and scared and then put into foster, and then they interviewed the foster parent, and I was just like, that's how I can give back. I have the space, I have the love, I have the knowledge, so let's give back and start doing foster.
You are so true. We could not save the lives of these animals without foster heroes and our volunteers. And you said that's been 10 years that you've been with AHS, which is absolutely incredible. We are so thankful for that support. But has there been maybe a certain memory that you have, or maybe even a certain pet that just has made it so rewarding for you, or that kind of sticks out to you most?
Well, they all mean something. What I learned through the foster program is that I was able to provide more for the needed medical cases that are a little more on the difficult side. So I'm very fortunate that I grew that relationship with our veterinarians and our team, so I could work directly with the hospital and help those animals who needed it the most. Then what I found about myself is that I love when an animal needs me. So when the animal is sick or hurt, they need me, it's all great. And then when they get their independence and they get cleared from foster to adoption, and at that point, they're just a pack member at my house. They're hanging around, they're sleeping on the bed, they're just one of my dogs. And I'm like, okay, you need to go because someone else needs to come in now because I need to be needed, and you're as lazy as everybody else.
They get comfortable, and then you know that they're ready for adoption.
Absolutely.
Which is what it's all about.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, now I'm throwing a little curveball at you. So you fostered for so long. What made you decide to come on to Pets on Parade and be an actual spokesperson for these animals that don't have a voice?
Your predecessor, Ashley, asked me to come on just as a guest segment to present, and I just fell in love with it and then started doing some of the Sunday Sweethearts and other events. All the events. I love doing the fashion shows. I love doing adoption events. I love trying to hold my own events. I love trying to do whatever I can to promote AHS and their programs, because really your foster program is probably one of the best in the country, if not the world. So.
Awesome, that's amazing. Now, speaking of all the different ways that you've helped, even just in your time, what would you say to anyone that's out there that's maybe on the fence about helping AHS, or maybe they want to, but they're just not sure?
Well, the support you get from the foster department is the most important thing, and that's what is so amazing about your program. There is a perfect foster for everybody, because if you like cats but don't want to own a cat, then have weight gain kittens and get that fun, and then when they become 2-pound balls of terror, you get them into adoption and you get your next litter. Or maybe you're my parents foster and they do bottle babies because mom has empty nest syndrome. Her grandkids don't live around her, her great-grandkids don't live around her, we can't be with her every day. So she gets to do that nesting that she wants to do with that, that little baby that needs her. And then people that travel for work, like, oh, I don't have time to have my own dog, I'm only home 3 weeks at a time. Well, take a 2-week upper respiratory. Get the joy of having that pet helping. You're not responsible for the medical bills, the vet bills, all the supplies are provided, and then you just leave town and they go for adoption and come back and get another one. So there is a perfect foster for everybody.
That is right, yes. And thank you so much, Steve, for being that perfect foster for all of our amazing animals. We so appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, and if you guys are looking to foster or volunteer, make sure you visit azhumane.org. But first, make sure that you stick around so that we can meet the adorable Achilles after the break.